For Joan, it was a romantic memory, like a scene she'd known before. For Cal, it was sheer nostalgia, the top down, four on the floor. Through it all, they had a knack for romance with a flair, so they carried on up on that hill without a worldly care. It was enough to make the young'uns wonder and the regular folks stop and stare, 'cause these were some unusual goings-on. But then this is an unusual pair. The oddest sight in Shelburne Falls, home of the Corvair love affair. Cal and Joan Clark are in love with Corvairs. Back when their romance first shifted into high gear, these rear-engine runabouts were already a hobby for them. Today, their love for nostalgia has grown into a business. Clark's Corvair Parts takes up 5 large Quonset huts on a hillside in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts. And after General Motors, it's the largest Corvair parts company in the world.
I've always liked cars and liked working on them. Sometimes perhaps we get excessive with the amount of time that we spend on a car, but we also get a certain amount of personal satisfaction out of that. Some people collect stamps, some people collect coins. We enjoy cars.
The Corvair, as with many people that have older cars, it's almost an emotional attachment as well as just being a business. We enjoy the cars and we enjoy supplying the parts for it, as well as the struggle involved. It can be difficult trying to produce parts that haven't been available for 15 or 20 years.
The Clarks have gone against conventional wisdom, selling parts for a long-defunct car. But what some people see as junk, they have turned into a gold mine.
The local people, I don't think, have the slightest idea how we can be employing 32 people out here in the hills in Shelburne Falls and continue to keep going when they never see a Corvair, other than they might see our Corvair on the road. They might see another stray Corvair, and they look at us and they say, "You've got 32 people working there, you're located in Shelburne Falls. How is it possible?"
In fact, the calls keep coming in. Because of the nearly 2 million Corvairs produced in the 1960s, there are some 100,000 still on the road. Despite Ralph Nader's 1965 book, Unsafe at Any Speed, the Corvair is now an accessible collectible, usually costing under $7,000.
What are you looking at? Look what I've got now.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
In their living room, the Clarks have 2 unusual chairs. They're actually, well, you guessed it, bucket seats from a Corvair. If you ordered from the Clarks, you could get every part, from the upholstery for these seats and others to every coil and spring imaginable. In all, they've reproduced over 4,500 parts. Corvair fans everywhere are dependent on them.
We've had a person from Venezuela that usually calls us once a year, and he just says hello, and that's all. He just says, "I'm glad you're still there. I may not order this year, but I still have my Corvair." When we were working out of our home, one morning we got a call at 3:30 in the morning, and the person said, I'm sorry I'm calling." He says, "I don't know what time it is. I'm calling from Australia, and I need a part for my little buggy that I use out here in the outback."
At car shows around the country, the Clarks are credited with keeping the car alive. They are treated like celebrities. Cal and Joan won't say that their work is only a mission of love, but Cal's father, Cal Sr., who works at Clark's Parts, tells it like it is.
I think they do it because they like Corvairs, they like to help people, and hopefully there's a buck in it.
Oh, somewhere high on a hilltop, there's a pair that's on the mark, with a love affair that, like a Corvair, gives off romantic sparks. They took some Corvair endings and made them Corvair starts. Now you can get away in your Chevrolet, because the best parts in these parts are Clark's.